Today I wanted to play another piece for you guys, and this time I'm going to be playing another minuet that this time was written by Bach. Now there's some dispute about whether or not the two minuets I've played previously, numbers 114 and 115, were actually written by Bach. Some people actually say now that they were written by another composer of Bach's era, that the music ended up in the book that Bach compiled for his second wife. It's the second book that he did so, and the second book, many people believe, is actually a kind of a compilation of many contemporary composers of Bach's time. So not only is Bach's work in there, but also other Baroque composers. And many people believe that those first two minuets are actually not written by Bach, but written by someone else. However, I believe that the third minuet in the book, number 116, was actually written by Bach, and that is the one I'm going to be performing for you guys today. Now this is kind of a one part of a two-part tutorial, and kind of it's also a three-part tutorial, because not only am I going to be performing the song in this video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to play the piece finger by finger, note by note, and on top of that, I also have a video about how to play the G major scale, which this piece is heavily based around. And if you don't know how to play the G major scale, or you're not really great at playing it, it would be a good idea to go check out that video. It might be able to help you out and play the G major scale better, and also it's a good idea to practice the G major scale even if you already know it, because this piece, as I said, is heavily based around the G major scale and also the G major triad, and so knowing that will really help you play this piece better. Now, I'm pointing to this book here, even though the music isn't open, because that piece is in this book, First Lessons in Bach. And so what I'm going to be doing in my recent video series where I do tutorials is I'm going to be going through this whole book, First Lessons in Bach, and when I get done with this book, I'm also going to move on to the second book, which I have here, which is First Lessons in Bach, Book 2. And so once I get done with all of these, which have lots of cool pieces in here, there's polonaises and gavottes and all kinds of cool pieces, more minuets as well. Once I get done with that, I'll be moving on to two-part inventions, preludes and fugues, and maybe even some stuff out of the Well-Tempered Clavier, which is right here. So if you guys think that might be kind of interesting, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be informed of all of these future uploads. I also do reviews on pianos. If that's your thing, you might like that as well. But now, let's hear what the minuet in G major number 116 sounds like. So hopefully you enjoyed hearing that piece. It's a very, very fun piece, and I'm sure many of you have heard that piece at some point in your life, because a lot of young and beginning piano students will play it. It's actually a lot of fun to play, and some of you might feel that tempo was a bit too fast. The version of my sheet music that I have here, which is actually from like the 1890s, which is kind of cool, that version of the sheet music says to play it at a dotted half note being at 69 beats per minute on the metronome, so that is actually quite fast. I'm not even sure I was playing it quite that fast. So from version to version, there's going to be some discrepancies on not only the tempo that is used in the piece, but also the fingering as well. So because Bach's music is so old, many different editors have come up with different versions, different fingerings, different arrangements as they like, and so there is going to be some dispute on whether or not the tempo here is accurate or whatever. But it's really fun to play it that fast, and it's also a great exercise to be able to play that fast, particularly those triplets that are in there. Those are a lot of fun to play at that speed. So hopefully you enjoyed hearing that piece. And once again, if you like this kind of tutorial content, make sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe to be notified of all of my future uploads of tutorials and also piano reviews and organ reviews, harpsichord reviews, and all kinds of cool keyboard instrument reviews that I do. So if any of that sounds cool, once again, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also to like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you do all that, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.